Hey guys, Tim here, and in today's video I'm going to be giving my thoughts on what you should be doing in the game once you have the main quest lines finished and you're waiting for the next game update to come out. This video is going to include the different things you can get done in terms of completing the game, as well as what sort of items you should be crafting to make sure you don't have to waste a lot of time in the next update doing so. There are also some smaller goals you can try to focus on, just to make sure you have everything prepared for whatever comes next. My first suggestion is you should focus on getting your crafting area set up. Personally for me, this means getting the firepower generator set up on the conductor tiles, as well as crafting the furnaces and cutters. You can scale this operation as big as your land expansion permits. Once you have all the land expansions bought, you can set up a massive amount of crafting stations. The only downside of crafting a lot of crafting stations is the amount of resources you need to do so. This is where the next part of the video comes into effect. Once you don't need to worry about building anything in the main quest line, you can start stockpiling resources so you always have a good amount for either commissions or expanding your crafting stations. The most important resources that I find myself constantly crafting because they're always in demand are stainless aluminum, carbon steel bars, aluminum plates, and steel plates. The only downside to all of these items is that they take a while to craft and you need a lot of them in crafting recipes. I personally usually have 3 or 4 furnaces constantly pushing out carbon steel bars, as well as a few pushing out charcoal, mostly to make sure I always have the materials to make the carbon steel bars. The next items you should be working on gathering on a fairly regular basis are bloodstones and delicate fur. Delicate fur you can get as loot from the Slurpees in the Collapsed Wasteland, as well as the Elysian Bunnies from west of the Hot Air Balloon DD stop. You'll not need as much delicate fur as you will need the bloodstones, however if you plan on doing the small satchel commissions, you will need a lot of the fur. It's also smart to gather them slow and steady rather than all at once, because you won't be able to do that. The bloodstones on the other hand are much more important. These are needed for a few commerce commissions as well as the industrial core needed to craft the furnaces. These are a rare drop as well, which come from quarrying. The best spot to farm the bloodstones come from the rocks that are all around the outer wall of the city. The next long-term goals you can work on while you're waiting for the game to update is upgrading things around your workshop. This includes the land expansions, house upgrades, and the assembly station. Chances are you already have the workbench maxed out, so it's less of a long-term goal. The land and house expansions are fairly expensive, so you're going to need to put some time in to make the money needed to upgrade them. The next skill you can work on is filling out the museum. This is going to take a lot of time in the ruins, as well as crafting all the items needed, but the rewards you can get from doing so are somewhat helpful. The most important museum rewards are the Master Fishing Rod, as well as the Safety Box, which holds 60 items. The Master Fishing Rod comes from donating all the Emperor variants of all the fish, and the Safety Box recipe comes from donating 30 items to the museum. Thanks for watching the video, guys. There's obviously much more to do in this game, and I did my best just to scrape the surface on what you could do when you finish the quest lines. If you're having trouble making money, I made a video on how you can make some quick easy cash in the game, which I will leave a link to. Hopefully this video helped give you some ideas on what you can do to tide you over until the next update. I have some more ideas for more My Time at Portia videos, so if you're interested in those, make sure to subscribe. Have a great day.